Hi, it's Adrian Law here from the Academy of Positive Change, and today I've got something very, very special for you. I ran a presentation last week for a paying client, and the topic was that well received that I thought it's too good to keep to myself, so I'm actually going to share the highlights at least with you today. The topic is the top 10 things that the best performers do on a consistent, if not daily basis. And in today's video, I'm going to give you the first 5, and then in the next video, there'll be the second 5. And the first 5 are primarily about what the person does themselves, and then the second 5 is what they do for their clients. So number 1, quite simple, but it's they plan their day. This is the best performing people. They plan their day. They have a list of things to do. They prioritize. But not only do they plan their day, they often plan the day before. What does that mean? Well, today is Monday when I'm recording this video. So before Monday is finished, I would have planned tomorrow being Tuesday. That is, I would have written a list of things that I need to accomplish tomorrow and prioritize those as well. Why would I do that? Well, I don't know about you, but sometimes you can take work home, and even if it's mentally, you're thinking about who you need to call, what you need to do. If you've already put it onto paper or onto your computer, iPad, or even phone, then it's out of your head, and often that can minimize, if not completely eliminate, taking work home with you. Second benefit, you can walk into work the next day feeling fresh. You're already prepared for the day. You can get on with it immediately. There's more control. There's a whole heap of benefits there. The second one, even simpler, but a lot of people forget to do this, especially if you've been doing what you do for a long time. Number 2 of one of the most effective things the top performers do on a consistent basis is they walk into work with a positive attitude. You may have had an argument with your partner at home, you may have been stuck in lots of traffic and you're not feeling the best, or you're angry, or whatever it may be for you. But when you walk into that office or wherever it is that you work, I call it showtime. And showtime for me is now I'm on. You know, some of the presentations I give, I've done 1,000, if not 10,000 times before. Do I always wake up in the morning going, yes, I'm going to run that presentation again today? You might think yes, but not always. But once I arrive, it's showtime, and then I perform at my complete best. So, you know, saying good morning to people in the morning, walking in with a smile on your face, have a great attitude, it's contagious, is yours on a consistent basis worth catching. Number 3 is the top performing people have a personal desire to excel and be their best. Now, this is kind of interesting because it's not about beating other people. Like, let's say you've got work colleagues, it's not about outperforming them, it's to do with your own personal best. Even in some schools now, they're actually measuring children on what the best they've achieved before, rather than saying, oh, you know, there's these 5 children that are better than you, or faster than you, or smarter than you. And I think it's quite a good thing to measure individuals on their personal best. I believe also there's some fun in being competitive, but you don't want to be too competitive against others. There's nothing better than being competitive with yourself. I remember hearing a quote from Michael Jordan, and he said, people have very, very high standards of me, but nobody could have the standards that as high as I set for myself. And, you know, sometimes you get let down the most, but if you keep striving to be the best you can possibly be, then the more effective you will be. Number 4 is that they make sure, this is the top performing people, they make sure that what needs to be done today gets done today. How big is your list? Sometimes my list can be this big, and a lot of it I might have to do myself. As long as you're prioritizing, and in this sense, you know what needs to be done today. You might have your list and you might have them numbered, but you might highlight the things that really need to be done today, and you make sure that they're done. In the program I mentioned I ran last week, one of the gentlemen who had this ethic, this work ethic, said that he got home and he realized that he hadn't followed a customer up that he said he would follow up, and he didn't have the number with him. So he drove, and it was quite a drive, back to the office, had to open the office up, got the gentleman's details and gave him a phone call, and I believe it was 7:30 at night or something like that. So that's keeping to your word. How big are you at keeping to your word? It builds trust. The trust goes up if you follow through on what you say you'll do, and it goes down if you don't. So really make sure what needs to be done today gets done today. And then number 5 of 10, the next 5 are in the second video as I've mentioned. Number 5 strategy of the top performing people is that they make things and they make an effort to make things simple and simpler. Do you have a strategy in place if you're in business to follow up your customers, for example? Could that be simplified? Could the actual process be simplified? When you do it, could it be a structured time? I've mentioned this in previous videos, that you do it each week. I've looked and I'm continually looking and simplifying various systems in my own business. I want, a 5-year-old to be able to do some of the things that could be seen as quite complex. But if you really break it down, we've had some things, we've asked questions and things like, what is the system or the process? Why do we use it? Who is responsible for actioning it? How do we use it? And then there'll be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then because some people learn differently, like I'm very visual, for example, a lot of people are quite visual, so we'll even have links there with videos on how to do it. So it's the same as the steps potentially, but it's in video, and then people can also get the audio if they process that way. So really make things as simple as you can, but not simpler. I think Einstein said that. And the final thing I'll leave you with today is, what a great question to think about when you think about your customers. Ask yourself the question, how can I make my customers' life simpler or easier? And if you're continually looking at that, then customers are going to love you, because we want things yesterday in today's day and age. We want things to be quick. We want things to be easy. So the more helpful you can be in the process, and it may be just getting your systems right, they will love you more and more, keep coming back, give you the money, give you the service, give you the consistency that you probably crave in your business. Hopefully that was beneficial for you. I'm Adrian Law. I'll be back very soon with the next 5 things that the top performers do on a consistent basis. Bye for now.